If you're a business owner or entrepreneur, what's one way for you to increase profit margins across the board, and how does this help you? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Sylvan, coming to you live from San Diego, California, on a perfect day to talk about sales and business, and a fantastic day to talk about you for consulting secrets. So one of the questions that I get asked is, Scott, how do I make my business more profitable? And I'm going to share with you a concept that you could use. It's pretty straightforward, that will allow for you to look at each individual division of your company like it's your own. So here's what you do, is you go through and you build out your company, your organization, into a flow chart. And so let's say that you have a call center, let's say that you have a management team, and let's say that you have a team that performs services. So the first thing to do is go in and take a look at the call center and say, okay, what are the KPIs or the metrics that this call center needs to hit in order for my company to be profitable? And then you're going to go out and listen. It could be time on call, it could be closing rate, it could be account saved, it could be new appointments booked, whatever those metrics are that are going to allow for that singular division to do better. That is how you are going to look. You are going to look at that division and say, hey, what do we have to do in order to manage this division to be profitable? And I see this a lot in smaller operations of 10 to 15 people, where a business owner may not have ever been shown this, and that's okay. It's usually smaller operations that people don't think like this, and that's okay. But there's also times where I go into larger organizations and I go, let's flip this on its head and let's think about this from the angle of, what if this was its own division? How would you make this division profitable? Now, that question sometimes takes a little bit of thought and takes a little bit of effort. Now, here's the thing. If you have a business doing at least $2 million a year in revenue, $2 million a year in revenue, with a 10% profit margin, and you want some help selling it in the next 0 to 36 months, you should absolutely reach out to the Deal Hotline, 888-DEAL-919, 888-DEAL-919, and a member of my team will get back to you. No deal is too big. So here is what you need to know. So we started with a call center, fantastic. Next up, we have the outside team that is doing services, right? So if we're in San Diego, let's just make this example, it's landscaping. Well, are there add-on sales that landscaping crew can do? Or is there monthly reoccurring revenue that you can get the client on a contract with? Is there an upsell that is really gonna benefit that person's life? Is there a joint venture or a partnership that you could make, where if you don't offer the product, you can get part of the revenue share? There are just so many different ways. But if we go through and we say, hey, your business or your co has the ability to make each individual department profitable. Hey, Scott, could I really make a call center profitable? Absolutely. It's just going to take a little bit of work and effort. Hey, is it possible to make my outside team profitable? I would hope so, because that's the thing that's going to keep you in business. So there's probably somewhere between 2 and 5 different departments that you have inside of your organization. 2 to 5 is normal, that you could go through and you could say, hey, how do we look at each one and make them the absolute most profitable? Now, you could do a top-down approach where you do the biggest and the most amount of revenue, or you could do a bottom-up and say, hey, the top area is already doing plenty of revenue. We're going to start at the bottom and we're going to have these conversations. But just like anything else, anytime that you change initiatives, anytime that you have conversations with your employees and say, hey, look, we're going for meaningful ideas, you might have to gamify it. You might have to put some prizes on the table, but here's what you're going to find. When you take these actions and you tighten up across the board, your company is absolutely more profitable and is more attractive to investors. You got one of 3 things to do from here, just one of 3. Find the subscribe button, click on it. Every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, you know what you got to do. Share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.